Airsoft guns. We can rebuild them. We have the skills. We can make them stronger, faster, and better than they were before.
Hey guys, welcome back to Airsoft Extreme Tech Tips. I'm Jeremy. Today we're going to be talking about how to get to the gearbox easily on the steel version of the CA AKs. I rate this 3 out of 10 on the difficulty scale. The tools I'm going to be using today is a 2mm hex wrench, a 3mm hex wrench, and a flathead screwdriver. Now remember, if you do any kind of modifications or upgrades yourself, you will void your warranty. Unless you're really sure and know what you're doing and everything, I would bring it to an Airsoft Extreme technician. So one of the reasons why I chose to do this tech tip is I've seen a lot of experienced techs, and I've also seen some customers that take apart their guns. They ask, there's a lot of unnecessary steps to get the gearbox out of the receiver out of this, and one of the things I see that people do is they actually take apart this whole entire front end, and it's a pain to take apart this whole front end. I figured out a shortcut on how to get to the gearbox a lot easier, and let me show you how. So first off, you want to open the top tray. You want to remove the fake bolt. By doing that, you push the back part right here. As you can see, that holds this retaining pin in, that holds the tray in place. Rotate that out, and this gently just comes out. Next, there's 2mm Allen screws that hold the hop-up unit into place. This is basically the selector switch and the grip are pretty much the only things that hold it into place. So you can do this in any pattern or whatever you want to do, but I usually just remove this first, or remove the hop-up unit screws first. Next, I want to remove the selector switch. Should pop out like so. And now I want to remove the pistol grip, flathead screwdriver, okay. Now this is the part that can be, I guess, somewhat dangerous for the gun. If you try to, what you want to do is you want to push this hop-up unit forward, but you want to make sure the nozzle is not in it at all, because if you try to force the mech box out, you could break the nozzle. So let me turn it this way, it's a little easier for me to do. So you can kind of see, when you push up on the mech box at the bottom, you just kind of gently flex, you can see the hop-up unit sort of move. So what you want to do is you want to push this forward. This can be a little tough. So with a flathead screwdriver or something like it, you can kind of pry it forward. So what you want to do basically is get these two tabs right here that the screws sit into, and you want it to go over the metal pieces, which is part of the outer barrel. Like so. And then from there, what I usually do is I like to flip it on this side, the selector switch side up, because there's these little cams that I'll talk about in another video on how to set those back in here, and also how to take down the gearbox to this particular model. But this just slides right out. And that's the easiest way I found to get into the gearbox on the steel versions of the AKs. Some AKs come apart differently, but these particular models, some people get confused on them, and I just get a lot of more questions with these ones than I do with the other ones. But that's this edition of Tech Tips. I'm Jeremy. You have a good night.